Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the fifth installment of what I like to call What I Read Wednesdays, where I take a look at some of the most interesting books that I can find and analyze them. Today, we're going to be wrapping up the Tess Holliday book, Take Up Space, y'all. I didn't read the entire thing. I skipped through a lot of it. A lot of this book is being pretty boring to me, so I actually skimmed through a lot of it. I'm like right here now. The book I want to read next is You Have the Right to Remain Fat by Virgie Tovar. We last left off with Tess Holliday giving us some tips for how to deal with bullies that I didn't think were very good. Accept their apology, ask them to stop, tell them how the label makes you feel. None of those seemed like good tips to me. Today we're going to be diving into Chapter 8, I'm Okay in This Space. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. Chapter 8, I'm Okay in This Space. You ever walk into a store or a restaurant and hear a small voice in your head going, nah, this spot isn't for me.
Nah, the voices in my head say all kinds of other stuff.
The vibe is off, even if no one's looking at you funny, and you get that wormy kind of feeling that you're just not welcome. It sucks. Places do exist that don't want teenagers in them, which is kind of rude if you ask us. Why are we writing this book towards kids, dude? I don't know why this is coming from Tess Holliday. Some people even enjoy kicking teenagers out of their spaces or banning them if parents aren't around. I know, I hate it when that happens, fellow kids. It's happened all over the country, from parks in California to malls and amusement parks in the Midwest and Northeast. Several of these owners have blamed social media stars and their obnoxious stunts for the restrictions. And yeah, obviously if a person is acting feral, throwing lettuce all over a Chipotle to get content for their YouTube channel, it isn't cool. But is the solution to restrict every teenager's access to spaces they might enjoy? We think not. This really is trying to be like, hey, fellow kids. However, we don't make the rules for the entire country, unfortunately. If so, everyone would get a free kitten. Can I just say that I very much dislike the writing style of this book? The whole book has just been like a hammer in my forehead. As it is, let's just make sure you know the kind of behavior most people expect in public spaces. Okay, so now we're gonna teach people how to act in public, okay? Act like you've been somewhere, 101. When you're at a sit-down restaurant, you're expected to keep your voice at a similar volume to others. Sit, eat your meal, then leave after you pay the bill. Okay, so Tess Holliday is trying to teach teenagers how to act in public, okay? Should we also dump out our giant purse full of various things at the lunch table or whatever? Our various ointments and arthritis creams? When you're at school, you're expected to follow the rules. Keep yourself and others safe. I'm supposed to keep others safe at school? That's weird. When you're at a funeral, vigil, or wake, you're expected to read the room. Some funerals are loud and filled with laughter. Others are somber. I've never been to one that was loud and filled with laughter. Match the energy. Respect others' feelings by offering condolences. Something like, I'm so sorry for your loss, works well. Okay, so I actually like this part of the book. It's basically like, hey kids, shut the hell up. Sit down and be quiet and shut the hell up and act right. I like that. I agree with this. Stupid ass kids. When you're watching Tess Holliday walk the runway, you're expected to sit quietly and pay attention to how it's done. This is how you walk. Okay, that wasn't in there. I think legally I have to say that I added that in there. Do I have to say that legally? It was in there. When you're watching a Cynical Dude video, you're expected to subscribe immediately and watch the entire video, as well as go back and watch all of his previous videos 10 times each. Damn. Thanks, Tess. Thank you so much. No, I think I have to legally tell you that that's not really in there. I added that, but I wasn't wrong. You should subscribe and go watch all of my videos 10 times. I have several playlists that literally run for days. Go watch them, please. Either way, this is boring. I don't need Tess Holliday to teach me how to act in public, but I don't go to a lot of places. Maybe you're more of a homebody, preferring to stay in after a long day at school. Your parents or other interested adults might gripe that you're on the phone or playing video games too much when you are at home, but sociology says that you're probably not doing anything wrong. You might just be logging into your third place. What's a third place? Think of it like this. Your first place is where you live. It's the place you feel most comfortable, where you snuggle up on your bed, eat lots of snacks, and store all your cool stuff. Your second place is likely school. It's where you go most often when you're not at home. Your third place is your relaxation spot. All right, I'm gonna skip past that. I'm just gonna skip past all the boring stuff. A lot of this is literally just tips on how to act, how to dress, how to do this, that, and the other thing. And it's worded in a way that's talking down to me, which I don't care for. I don't think teenagers would actually identify with or appreciate this book or this way of being spoken to. How to handle the problems. Sooner or later, you're gonna hit a snag when you're out in public. Whether it's a Karen yelling at you not to ride your bike on the literal bike path, or a space that just doesn't have what you need to exist comfortably in it, problematic stuff can go down. So it's good to know what to do. Okay, problem 1. The space doesn't work for me. Let's say you show up to an amusement park to ride the Underworld of Doom. God, I hate all the little names for things that we put in here. We were gonna ride the Underworld of Doom. You've been waiting months for it to open, and it's finally here, but you have diagnosed claustrophobia, and waiting in the coffin-sized hallways would make you panic more than a 90-degree drop. Do you leave and miss out on the shrieking shadow people? Never. You just have to make sure the space works for you, which involves your voice. Yep, we know. If you're the kind of person who melts into goo at the thought of actually asking for something, this might hurt a wee bit. But even if it takes practice, telling people what you need is a superpower that can save relationships and even your life one day. If you need a physical or mental health accommodation, most places have adaptations for people with mental or physical needs. People with anxiety or ASD, for example, can often skip the lines at amusement parks. What? You can skip the line at an amusement park if you have anxiety? I did not know that. People with physical limitations might be directed to a ramp or given a chair, even if they're not available for others. If you need an accommodation to make the space work for you, here's what you could say. Hi, I'm Kate, and my doctor has diagnosed me with anxiety. Can I skip the line? Will you let my friend come with me so I'm not alone? Oh, I wonder if that actually works. Is anybody going to let you ahead of them because you have anxiety? I don't know. 2. I have a sensory processing disorder. Is there a quieter place I can sit? 3. Hey, I'm Lewis. As you can see, I'm in a wheelchair. Hey, I'm Lewis. I'm in a wheelchair and need a ramp to get in the building. Where can I find that? Number 4, I have Sever's disease and my heels get really inflamed when we do mountain climbers, coach. Can I do squats instead? If you need a different size. Whether you need to go down in clothing or up in seatbelts, you're allowed to exist in the store, restaurant, or plane exactly as you are. It's perfectly okay to make the space work for you. Try this. Number 1, can I get a cup size down in this bra, please? If you don't have it in stock, do you have it online? What? Why do we need to tell people how to ask for a smaller bra? What? Does anybody really need this tip? Like, hey, if you need a smaller bra, ask for one. Why don't you just ask for one? What are you thinking? Number 2, I'll take a table instead of a booth if you have one. If not, I'll wait. All right, there's that hatred for booths again that I've seen many people have. Personally, I love the booth. A lot of people, I guess, can't fit in there or something. That's why they don't like it. Number 3, hi, I need a seatbelt extender because this airplane seatbelt doesn't fit across my lap properly. Thank you. Okay, well, if you need a seatbelt extender, I think you can just ask for it. I don't think you need to explain that it's because the belt doesn't fit across your lap. I think they know that. You ask for a seatbelt extender, and they're like, why? Why do you want this? And you're like, because I can't fit into the seatbelt. Like, they know why you need the seatbelt extender. You don't need to explain it. Wait a minute. Why do you need this seatbelt extender? You're not going to use it to extend the length of the seatbelt, are you? What? Number 4. Do you have a seat with a better view? I can't see over anyone's heads. Okay. Problem 2. Someone doesn't want me in the space. Sometimes it's less about the space itself and more about the people in it. If an adult is rude to you, let's say you're in a sandwich shop and the couple in the next booth keeps telling you to shut up because they say you're too loud. First, ugh. Hold on. I need you guys to see that. First, ugh. Okay. That is how I speak. Second, what do you actually do? If you're truly living up to the expectations of the space and the adult isn't being violent, try one of these. And the adult isn't being violent? Right, if somebody's telling you to keep it down because you're all loud and stuff, I don't know if I would classify that as violence or anything like that. I don't know why we're even bringing that word up. If an adult is getting violent with you, call the police, because that means that they're actually like striking you, you know, like actually physically doing something to you, because words are not violence. Number 1, are you okay? This 3-word response can actually shut down negativity by flipping the script on them. It shows concern, but it also suggests the problem is theirs, not yours. Okay, let's try this out. I'm making a bunch of stupid noise because I'm a teenager. Right, fellow kids? Hey, can you keep it down over there? I'm trying to have a peaceful meal. Are you okay? Yeah, I was okay until you started making a bunch of noise. What kind of response is that? I ask you to keep it down and you ask me if I'm okay? You're literally yelling over there. I'm actually yelling too. I'm pretty loud too. This guy just doesn't seem to get it. Are you okay? I love to ask people if they're okay when they call me out for my obnoxious behavior. Are you okay, actually? This is actually your problem. Number 2, sounds like you're having a hard day. Hope it gets better. This is a power move, especially if they're recording you. It makes you seem calm and more mature than they are. And if anyone watches it back, it'll show how responsible you really are. Oh my God. Number 3, did you mean to sound rude? If not, it came off that way. This is more of a call out, but you're still not accusing them of anything. It's important to remember that you're at a disadvantage in these situations. Adults will often give each other the benefit of the doubt and assume you're the one in the wrong just because you're a teen. Okay, so teaching the youth to argue with adults. Make sure you stay calm and only respond to adults who aren't acting aggressively. If you can't handle it, tell an employee that an adult is harassing you. Some adults think they can boss teenagers around for no reason, and arguing with them will just increase problems. That's what I do. I like to go boss teenagers around. Like, wherever I go, I see a group of young people, I'm like, hey kids, go do something productive. I don't know. I don't even know what to boss them around with. I got nothing. I'm like, hey, you damn kids, why don't you go to school and study and go on to have a successful life? I don't know. I got nothing. You damn kids, go live your lives. I got nothing. I'm not that bitter at the kids. You know that? A lot of people are. Dude, a lot of people get really angry. Some older people have such a problem with young people skateboarding. Like, you'll see people come running along and like try to tackle a kid on a skateboard for no reason. I don't know why, but like older dudes and also some older ladies get really upset when they see younger people skateboarding sometimes, and they go running at them, try to grab the skateboard. You can't be here. Like, it's really bizarre. The older folks are like, wait a minute, that board has wheels on it? Get the hell out of here. You could be doing pretty much anything else and they do not care. But if you're on a skateboard, oh buddy, here come all the Karens running. Wait a minute, these kids are having fun. I'm sorry, I used to skate when I was a kid. I was never any good, but I tried. I'm not gonna lie to you. If an adult wants to kick you out of a space you're allowed to be in, you might just be living your best life on your skateboard, rolling down the sidewalk, and a guy walks out of his house and demands you get out of his neighborhood. Okay, all right, Tess, you're right. You are right. People are always coming out of the woodwork when you ride the skateboard. Or you're in the mall and a store clerk tells you to leave because you offend her. Heavy on the eye rolls. Try this. Number 1. Ignore them. You don't have to listen to some random adult's demands unless they're a police officer or a shop owner in their own private business. If you trust that they're a safe adult, ignore and live your best life. Number 2. Inform them. If you know you're in the right, you're not trespassing or restricted, and they're an adult you'd consider to be safe, calmly tell them you're allowed to be there. Then ignore them and live your best life. Okay, I agree with that. When old man Jenkins comes running out telling you to get off that damn skateboard, damn kids, you just ignore him and just keep rolling. Number 3, leave. Sometimes the safest thing to do is just dodge them for a while and circle back when they go away. Some adults are problems and can react badly to teenagers telling them truths they don't want to hear. That's true. As a teenager, you will get a lot of people, a lot of adults coming at you whatever type of way because they think they can. They're like, hey, I'm an adult, you're a kid, you listen to me. Even if they're not your parent and have no affiliation with you whatsoever, because those people actually feel powerless in their own lives, so they're going around trying to boss up on kids. That's literally what that is. I used to see that all the time when I was a kid. I would just laugh at those people. From Tess to you. Don't give people the privilege of your presence if they don't want you there. If you feel unwelcome, take the gift of your company where it's appreciated. I agree. Absolutely. Create your own space. You won't always find welcoming spaces out there in the wide, wacky world, but you can definitely create space that's safe where you live. Here's how. Number 1, pick a spot. Choose something that's just yours, even if you share a room. Maybe it's your bed or a corner of your room you can reserve for yourself. Number 2, declutter it. Get rid of anything that stresses you out, whether that's trash, old clothes, electronics, or things that just don't suit you anymore. Okay, I definitely agree with that. Decluttering things is great and it makes you feel a lot better. If your house is a mess, go clean it. You will feel better immediately. As soon as all this crap is put away, you'll be like, you'll have that feeling of zen. The feng shui is feng shuiing and everything is in place. Okay, now she's just telling you how to create your own space that is comfortable, make it cozy, decorate it, set boundaries for your use of your space. Boundaries are limits you set on your own terms to prevent you from being taken advantage of, hurt, or manipulated. For example, a boundary you might set here could be, I need space after school, so I'll be resting on my bed after homework. Will you please knock before you come in? Number 6, use it. Whenever you need to feel pampered, head to your spot designed just for you. Okay, so this is talking about making your own ideal space. And then we have a little quiz here, which I don't want to do a quiz. I feel like I'm being talked down to when you quiz me on the things that you just taught me or whatever, like all that stuff I was just talking about. Let's quiz you on it and see if you were really paying attention. I don't care for these quizzes, so I'm not going to read it, but it says quiz time. What's your ideal space? Don't even think about skipping this one. Okay, I was going to skip that one. All right, we're not going to skip it. I have to do what the book says. I'm sorry. Number 1, what color palette speaks to your soul? Soft pastels, deep blue and muted gray, vibrant green and sunshine yellow. I do have to skip this, honestly. All of these quizzes are just like asking you about stuff that you like and then giving you options for things that you might like. What's the temp? Warm and toasty, cool and crisp, mild and breezy. Like, I don't see the value in this. I don't know. And the quizzes are long and numerous as well. There are a lot of them in there. Ooh, here we go. Bye-bye, frenemies. All right, let's go. Let's get into the juicy stuff. Why do bullies even exist? It's a question for the ages. People have been battling frenemies, bullies, haters, whatever you want to call them, since people lived in caves. We don't know that. We do not know if frenemies existed back in caveman times. You're just speculating. Admit it. There was probably some guy named Glurg who bonked people on the heads with a stick and stole the raspberries they'd foraged because he could. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. This wacky writing style is really damaging my psyche But as long as humans have existed, there are people out there who make it their full-time job to harass, bully, and generally make life miserable for others. Bullying 101. True bullying, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, is made up of these 4 things. I did not know that the CDC had a definition for bullying. What? Number 1, unwanted aggressive behavior. If you ask someone to refer to you as fat, that's your business. Own your labels. If, however, someone body shames you and slams your forehead into a desk because you look a certain way, that's bullying. Number 2, a power imbalance. If the little girl you're babysitting says you smell like a hot dog, that doesn't count. She's 3, and chances are good you have more power than she does. That does count. That counts. Stupid kid telling me I stink. What do you mean it doesn't count? They keep telling me I stink, and I'm old, and I'm dumb. Shut up. Shut up. Sorry, I'll stop being pathetic. Chances are good you have more power than she does. What makes you think that? What makes you think that? Little bastard. Depending on whether she's had a nap. If the prom king, however, tells everyone to call you hot dog water, and then they do for months, it's bullying. That's confusing bullying, also. Hot dog water. What kind of insult is that? If you try to insult me with something that's fairly confusing, it's not really stinging that much. I'm going to be more confused than anything. Hey, hot dog water! Look, there goes hot dog water! What? Is that like an insult or something? Do we dislike the smell of hot dogs? I don't understand. Am I supposed to be offended by this? I'm actually just confused. That's right, hot dog! Oh. He doesn't understand. I don't understand either. Why are we calling him this? Number 3, repetition. If the soccer captain laughs at your bad kick once and apologizes afterward, it's not great, but it's not really bullying. If the soccer captain constantly insults your skills in front of other people and doesn't seem pressed about it, then that's bullying. Okay. Number 4, harmful effects. If you're physically, psychologically, socially, emotionally, or even educationally harmed by someone's consistent, aggressive behavior, then that's bullying. Even if you're educationally harmed, I guess that's when they prevent you from learning at school because of their bullying. You're impacting my education now. You've harmed me educationally. Now you've gone too far. All of those beatings were one thing, but now you've harmed me educationally. And that's where I draw the line. Bullying legally overlaps with discrimination and harassment if someone messes with you because of your race, national origin, color, sex, including sexual orientation and gender identity, age, disability, or religion. And then she goes over the types of bullying. Physical bullying, verbal bullying, social bullying, cyberbullying. From Tess to you. If people are saying stuff about you and you can't get away from them, take some of your own power back by repeating these phrases. What someone thinks of me is not my reality. I'm not even going to see these people in a few years. Their opinions don't matter. Alright, those are fairly good. Now we're going to read the red flags of frenemies. Sometimes it's not all that clear whether you're being bullied. Sometimes the worst bullying can come from boyfriends, girlfriends, love interests, family members, and friends. The word frenemies became a thing for a reason. So how can you tell if someone is a frenemy? You look for the red flags and the green flags. Red flags are the behaviors that signal bullying, hatred, jealousy, and cruelty. Green flags are the behaviors that signal friendship and love. But in reality, the lines get blurry. Friends can morph into frenemies, into toxic relationship partners whom you never want to see again in your life. It can take practice and paying attention to how people actually behave to figure all of this out. So let's take a peek at some examples of what to look out for in the chart on the facing page. Here is that chart. This is the facing page, I suppose. Red flag behavior. They only hang out with you if other people aren't around or available. Green flag behavior. They save you a seat. They make room for you. They call, snap, DM, and text you. That's true. There are a lot of people that aren't really your friend out there. They're just your acquaintance, and you can tell usually because they don't actually listen to you when you're speaking. You're listening when they're telling you about their day and all that type of stuff, but when it comes time for them to listen to you and for you to talk about yourself for even half a second, They pull out their phone and start scrolling. Have you ever been talking to someone and they literally pull out their phone and start scrolling while you're talking to them? Some people are socially inept. That's what I call that. I don't take it personally. I just consider you to be a complete moron if you do that. And then I see that you're not my friend. You're not listening to me. I was listening to you, but then when it came time to listen to me, you shut your ears. Okay. A lot of people are surrounded by acquaintances, but the amount of actual friends that they have, they could count on one hand. Some people, I think, feel empty inside unless they're surrounded by people, whether or not they really vibe with these people or get along with these people or not. All right, I'm not going to go over all these red and green flags. We're going to wrap this book up right here. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me skim through the rest of this book. We talk about bullies a little bit more and frenemies. Other than that, I think we're basically done with this, and like I said, I want to read the Virgie Tovar book, You Have the Right to Remain Fat. I think that would actually be a lot more fun than this book. I'm sorry, Tess Holliday, I'm not trying to insult you or your book. So we learned a lot in today's video, from dealing with frenemies and bullies, all the way up to dealing with Karens and other adults that are giving you a hard time just for being a teenager. I personally can't stand the writing style of this book. I feel like it's talking down to me, and also, like I keep on saying, it's got a whole bunch of, hey fellow kids, type of lingo in there. But what do you think of the chapters that we just read? Leave a comment below. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.